Boom, and that is red light. For some reason, those of you that know, but that red light remind me of red light, green light, that kind of old school game. I don't know if
Oh, I remember that.
some of y'all may have played that or not. But so I'm gonna do my little intro right quick, and then we're gonna get right on off into this thing. Hello, everyone. I am Paul Wizzo, and if you watch any of Wizzo Talk, you know that you're just gonna be fired. So sit back, get your popcorn ready. We're gonna cover multiple topics. We're talking about police brutality, but y'all already know my guests bring up something throughout the show. So go to the restroom, empty your bladder before they get to the intro, so that way you don't have to leave. You like to subscribe to Wizzo Talk? The link is in the description or scrolling right across the bottom of the screen. Like to be a guest on the show? Make sure you hit me up in the comments. Somebody pouring a drink sound like somebody was pissing. So,
Uh-oh. It sure did sound like that.
Anyone like to be a guest on the show, hit me up in the comments, send me a message, smoke signal, carry pigeon, whatever you do, we'll get you on the show. Don't worry about a topic because I always have plenty of them. With all that being said, we're going to go ahead and introduce my guests, let them do their own intro, and then we're going to get this thing popping. Seven, come on, what you got?
Yo, much bliss, man. This your boy 7 Points of Bliss, aka the Pomegranate Samurai, man. I want to say it's an honor to be here yet again with the gentleman. Of course, I know it's gonna be a great talk. If you want to check out some of my work, you can Google me After Real Truth, all one word. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, all major platforms. You can find me on Spotify under Cosmic Current 777 if you want to check out the podcast. And thank you again, man.
All right, that's what's up. Appreciate it. Rice, Chris, what you got, Chris?
I'm yeah, I'm just Chris. I'm just hanging out. Uh, I'm my way into some leadership stuff, but I really don't embrace it like that. I don't understand the vision, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm just a conversationalist.
Okay. All right, that's what's up. All right, Big Pokey, come on, what's your intro?
Oh, you know what? With Sevens, I almost feel like I got to rap or something the way Seven do his. It was like BIGPOKEY because I got it. You know, just something.
Yeah.
But no, I'm like Chris. I'm a conversationalist. I like to engage in the barbershop talk things. Again, late to the party, but always there for a good time.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Rico, what you got on that intro?
Man, y'all already know it's Rico, baby, aka the Tangerine Ninja from the podcast If Relationships Could Talk. I really don't need an introduction. And while y'all watching, don't forget to get over there and get some of that Wizzo merch and stay tuned because we go all the way live.
Already, that's what's up. And you got something coming up too. You said back screen coming up, Rico?
Say again?
I said you said you got a podcast coming up too, right?
Oh, yeah. On Saturday, we'll be recording in Dallas at the podcast studio.
All right, that's what's up. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Hey, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you as always. Hey, and those of you that's watching now, maybe watching it later. I'm telling you, you never know what's going to come up in Wizzo Talk podcast. I mean, it's like a Mike Tyson fight. Shit, you 1 minute you in it, next minute your ass is out of it. So what I want to do now before we get to my first topic, because damn, the hell is that? Is that dumping?
You heard that too?
Yeah. Hey, Wizzo.
Shit, I
he
like,
just paused. It's right over our house.
I
heard that. I'm over here on this side.
Wizzo about to be flying to the yellow brick road in a second.
Man, hope that shit stay away from here. Shit, damn, I thought y'all was moving something across the floor. Made me fuck up my intro. Okay, let me get back to it. Y'all see me break camp? No, anyway. So guys, so those of you that's watching now, you know that here on Wizzo Talk, it's not always about me. I always ask my guests to bring up a topic. So we're going to start out with mine, which is about the police brutality. But you never know where it's going to go. But before we get going this, I have to read one little thing inspired by one of my guests that was on last week. She informed me that someone was watching the show, and when I said certain words, they left the show. So myself and ChatGPT created this right here. So I'm going to read this, then we're going to get off into my first topic. Wizzo Talk is an uncut, unedited podcast that's not for kids or anyone who gets offended by strong language. If words like fuck, pussy, dick, or motherfucker bothers you, this podcast isn't for you. I won't censor myself or my guests. Everyone speaks freely here, so don't miss the message just because you hung up on explicit language. We keep that shit just like that. So if it offends you, I'm sorry, but no, I'm not sorry. Then you kind of got to move around. Okay, with that being said, here we go on my first little topic there. We had one other guy, but he didn't join in with us. So I asked ChatGPT to create me a thumbnail of police brutality. I don't know if you guys saw that thumbnail, but I didn't put the color. I just asked it to create it. And what did it create? A white cop struggling over a black guy. I mean, it's on ChatGPT already. Come on. Why come he couldn't have been the reverse? Why come he couldn't have been the black cop over the white guy? But he already know. So my thing that I want to talk about, everybody know that Rodney Henry situation where the black guy, the cop killed his son and everything, and he ran over and killed another cop. So I read a couple of comments on that, and they said that comments were saying, well, he killed the wrong one, and he killed the wrong one. So to be short and not go off into a long spiel, I'm just going to kind of put it out there and say, is that what it's coming to, like the eye for an eye? I mean, just you didn't wind up got one eye, you kill one eye, so it don't matter if we get that one, as long as we get one. Did he set it like a new standard? I mean, you saw when he walked in front of them white cops, all of them was probably saying, I'm gonna hang that nigga, we gonna string that nigga up, we gonna beat that nigga. And he held his chin up, said, yeah, motherfucker, I got him. Now I'm not saying that what he did was right or wrong, but and when you're in those shoes, that's your son. Whatever the situation may be, we all know that the news is not going to tell us everything that happened. Yeah. But so I'm just putting it out there. Is this going to be like the new norm for a copycat to come around and say, well, I can't get to the motherfucker that got my son, but I can get to another one. So I'm just putting that out there just to chop it up a little bit, see what you guys think about that.
Can I tag this one, get this one first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I totally agree with what he done, because I've said for a very long time, the only thing them people understand is violence. And those white racist cops, if it's like a child, if a child has no consequences, guess what? That child not gonna listen to you. But guess what? They keep doing that. They kill us. We kill one of them. You keep doing it. Guess what? They eventually get scared and they'll stop. That's all they have to do. It's not gonna take very many people having to kill some police because police killed their kids or one of their family members, and then they'll stop, because at the end of the day, all of them are cowards because they hide behind the badge. And I totally agree with it. I wish I could put some on his books. More things like that need to be done, because that's the only thing they understand is violence. The police spend $3.2 billion a year paying off for police violence. Most of the time it's for beating up or arresting someone who didn't even have a warrant or anything like that. And until people start doing things back to them and they have repercussions for their actions, they won't stop. Look at who we have as the president right now and the things he's doing. He already took the gloves off with the police. He's saying, like, first of all, he gets that had something on their record, he cleared that out. They done away with that police database. They don't have any gloves on them, and they starting in Memphis. And I want to say this to them real gangsters in Memphis: when they come in there, give them hell. That's what I'm saying, because they coming to get you. They're gonna ship you to El Salvador. They're gonna lock you up. So give them hell. Don't let them arrest you. I'm sorry, I'm not promoting violence, but violence is the only thing that them people understand.
And it's kind of, and then I'll let someone else go. Thank you, Mark. I see you just joined on in. Appreciate it. And I made a comment a while back on a post, and it was something to the fact, it was something about the cops or whatever. And I said, that I can't remember what I said, but the other guy said he wished he to go back to the 70s and 80s or something like that. And I told him in the comment, no, because the thing about it then, there wasn't any video, there wasn't any cameras. Cops was getting away with it more now. Now cops are being caught and singled out, and people are videoing them. But now we just have to work on the justice system to start prosecuting. And they are prosecuting some. However, it's still a shitload of them that's getting away with it. So let me come to Big Pokey, see what Big Pokey got on it. What Big Pokey, what you got?
So it's a hot topic. I'm going to try to be the voice of reason here. Maybe we should look at it from a who watches the watcher standpoint. Like, instead of violence begetting more violence, maybe we should try to do proactive steps of curbing it. Again, like how in England, for instance, like they have CCTV cameras everywhere, and there are people who watching them 24/7, like, and not just law enforcement, like just regular everyday people watching them 24/7. Something to me along that line, the police knowing that they're actually being observed and can be held accountable for their actions would be something in my line more what we need to aim for, instead of that taking of life violence. Like, oh, I get it. Please understand, I get it. And something viscerally, it appeals to me, but I know that's not the right step to take. I would think we just need to be more proactive about correcting wrongdoing, and especially the people that have that kind of power, they need to be some of the more watched people, and crime punishment, should be more severe for them than it would be for a normal citizen, simply because they had the power and they took that oath. And we should understand that people in power can be corrupted, just like absolute power will corrupt absolutely.
All right. Let's see what Rice got, and then we're gonna come to Mark and then Seven. Rice, what you got on it, man?
There's a few ways to go about them treating you right, as far as especially constitutional rights. The sad part about it is they play the judge and the jury when they really not supposed to be doing that. When they do that on the scene, you would think they have more restraint because of training, but the training is a total opposite, and they've really never. When you look at policing, when I got to looking at policing and talking to police, having a cousin police, their training is not geared to help you. It's there to apprehend someone if they after the fact. You get what I'm saying? They're catchers. And that's why I say the fact of the matter is what's going on with a lot of people, especially this situation, was the cops. Some of these guys, and they're going to get their justice due. And it's not even going to come from us. It's going to come from within, because you know, they play too many sides. See, they're looking out for the justice system. There's no way they can look out for you and still do their job. Because if they look out for you and do their job, nobody would go to jail.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? But
Right.
they take too much power. Like Rodney Hinton, what happened to him? What happened to his son? That's terrible. That man played the judge and the jury on a somebody less equipped, because he's not old enough to know the consequences of what could happen anyway. He should have been an elder in that situation, de-escalate, and then we can deal with the real situation when we go to court. That's how that's supposed to be happening. But people are arrogant, and I think this administration has a lot to do with it. Like I said, we're gonna hear about stories like this all the time, no matter who all gets hit by them people. It's always we gonna make the big news.
Right.
We gonna make the big news. And y'all, you have to question yourself, why? What are they looking for?
All right. Let's see what Mark got. Mark, what you got on it?
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go back to the root. Whether it's the situations where the recent incidents we're talking about, or police incidents in the past, you look at the individual, they shouldn't have been a police officer in the first place. And that's where I'm going to start, is the process that police departments, and I know it varies from state to state, that they use to select officers. And that's where I would want to get started on resolving this issue.
Okay, all right.
I think I have many friends that are police officers, and I think the vast majority of them are doing their job and they're good people. But I just think there is an element that they shouldn't have been officers in the first place.
Right.
But
Okay, and before somebody was just about to say something, but I'm gonna go to 7, and then we just open it up for whoever wants to go. But I think, and I'm not sure, but I believe the Democratic Party was trying to put something into effect to when these cops, did wrong or was wrongly or fired from one police force, they couldn't join another force, because you see some of them that'll leave here after doing whatever, being accused of being fired or having to resign, and they'll go join another force. And so it just keep on continuing on, But like I say, I'm not totally agreeing with it, but I'm not in that situation, so I don't know. But Rodney, I'm just telling you this, and I could be totally wrong, but be on the lookout for more of that to start happening. They may not get the one, but they will get one. And then on this last note, before I come to 7, and I'm not sure, but my son was telling me that one of the ones that escaped from Louisiana, I believe, one of them went and killed like the whole family of some cop or something like that.
I know who you're talking about.
Okay, well, you touch base on that after 7 to get through, or whoever.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
because
about.
you may know about it. So he plotted that out probably and planned that. So he went back and killed that whole bloodline. But since I'm not really familiar with it, we'll go to Rico. But let me come up here to 7, and then we'll open it up to whoever wants to talk. Go ahead, 7.
I just want to say that, man, I think all y'all had some valid stuff to say, but I think some of you all are forgetting that none of this stuff is made for our people. This is not a system that's going to work for us, right? No matter how much you all keep trying to play into these guys and be fair with these guys, it's not for us, right? You're going to look at all different types of stuff that's been happening in the news around the world. We can just stay in America, right? You know what I'm saying? I've seen videos of black people who they thought had guns, who they've shot on the spot, and I've seen videos of white people who definitely had guns aiming at police officers, and they try to talk these motherfuckers down.
Yes.
So when you looking at these type of things that keep occurring, right? The only thing that is gonna make a difference is, man, we gotta kill people, man. Y'all don't know why y'all niggas be so against killing motherfuckers, man. Hey, it's starting to make me kind of. I think it's something in y'all water or something, man, making y'all soft, because there's no way your enemy is going to keep fucking with y'all like this. And y'all niggas talk about goddamn working with them. We can change them. We can reform them. Bro, no. Motherfuckers have to die. They will not hesitate to kill your ass out there, bro. And if you're not on the same energy, right, do you just want to be target practice for these niggas? I don't get it. Like, why are you all so hell-bent on working with y'all enemies? They don't want to work with you. It's been stated. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talking about the hiring process of these police officers, nigga. That shit fucked up. Nigga, they hiring these niggas on purpose. Yeah. How many times y'all niggas gotta see on the news that these police officers be texting each other on their time off, talking about some, y'all ready for a motherfucker side mission? They motherfuckers out here going beating up black people, holding them at gunpoint. It was a motherfucker group of police officers that was texting each other off duty, right? Because their neighbor had a black person that was playing loud music, so they went to this nigga house, tied him up, beat the shit out of him, put a gun in their mouth, and pulled the trigger. The bullet shattered his jaw and went through his neck. The motherfucker
in Mississippi,
right? This is what I'm saying. Yeah. This is the type of shit, and this is not the first time they've caught these police officers texting each other. And I'm not talking about these particular ones, but this is not the first instance where they caught motherfucking police officers doing this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's no working with your enemies, man. Either you gonna try to wipe these motherfuckers out like they trying to do you, or you gonna motherfucking just let them kill you. Because if you think you gonna get some type of due process, that's not gonna happen. What old boy did when the police killed this kid and he went to go kill a police officer, I'm down for that. Although the other police officer didn't do anything, neither did that dude's kid. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, come on, man. Like, bro, once you start to understand that all these people are gonna be for each other, and the crazy part is that it's not just white cops; it's black cops doing shit to people too. That same black guy I just reading an article today. I don't know how true it is, but the article was saying that he's suing for like $25 million because they've been beating his ass in the jail.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then
That's why that's the wrong move.
even at his trial, bro, when he was walking, motherfucker, his brother stood up to the glass to show him love, and the motherfucking police had a problem with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, we not gonna be able to work with these people, man. And I understand y'all don't want war because it's not been in your blood. I've never seen war, but I tell you one thing, man. Being from Chicago, bro, I got that shit in my blood. I don't give a fuck, man. I ain't never killed nobody.
That's not
But
war.
let a motherfucker try something in front of me. If I'm in a grocery store and some white people coming in shooting that bitch up, I'm shooting their ass down. I don't have a quarrel with taking a person's life, bro, because I know it's their life over my life or their life over my people's life. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them hurting none of our children. I don't want them hurting none of our sisters in front of me. None of that shit. So when it comes down to that, it's not just about protecting yourself. It's about, are y'all gonna be willing to protect y'all community against these monsters as well?
And
Yes.
let me say this, and then we'll go to whoever wanted to be next. It doesn't matter after, since we didn't been around. So I had something I was going to say, but it just slipped my mind. But it'll come back to me. But I will say this, and maybe it takes for that person to be someone that's close to you for you to react. I don't think you know how you're going to react until it's your bloodline rather than just like some friend of yours. If it's your son, your daughter, your mother that was killed by a cop or something like that, then someone might take a different approach on it. Now, we're not saying that, of course, I'm not promoting anyone to just go out and kill anybody or taking their lives at all, but it's been happening to people of color for years. It's always been stated, you can do a Google search, that cops target people of color way more often than they target white people. And I have it in my notes, but I hadn't got to it yet. But let me see what Rico got, and then we'll see who else got a comment on it too. Rico, what's up?
I was going to speak to Big Pokey, and I think it was
Chris,
it Chris?
Mark?
Yeah, but the training doesn't matter if you're black. They training only kick in when it's a white person. Just like Seven was saying, there was a white man had a AR chasing the policeman. The police didn't even pull his gun once. He done everything possible not to pull his gun. The man had the gun. He trying to talk to the man. He didn't pull his gun once. But if it was a black person even walking towards him without a weapon, he's going to shoot him. So training and trying to work with them people, especially in today's climate with that orange man being the president, does not matter. And normally, Seven is the one who's just talking about killing and all of that. But in this situation, that is the only thing that's going to stop our people from being murdered. You have to show violence and force with violence and force. That's the only thing they understand. If a child disrespects a parent and the parent doesn't do anything, and as that child grows older, the disrespect is going to become worse. That's where these people are at right now. With that man being the president, he done took the gloves off. They basically can do anything that they want to, or they believe that, without any consequences. And if we as a people don't stand up and join forces and start doing the things we need to do to protect our own, we all just waiting to die. And I refuse. If they come for me and I know what it's going to be about, I'm prepared for that, because I will not let them put those cuffs on me. Because once they get the cuffs on you, you know what I'm saying? You done for. So if I know it's over, no, it's some people gonna go with me. And I normally don't talk like that, but we dealing with devils. We dealing with pure evil. They not even human. They Neanderthals from the Caucasus Mountains, hence why they call them Caucasians. But that's the only thing going to stop them from doing what they do. You have to match violence with the violence. It's no more peace. It's no more protesting, because that man is the president. Stephen Miller is his right-hand man. Elon Musk is as well, and they hate niggas. So until you bring that violence to them, they won't stop. They will not.
Already. Rice, Chris, what's up?
I was just gonna say that if that was an improper way of going at it, don't just give yourself up.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
misunderstood me. I wasn't saying I was gonna give myself up. I was prepared. I was saying
Wait, hold
I'm
on.
prepared to
When
die.
I say hold on, let me explain. When I say don't just
Okay.
give yourself up, don't just be reckless in getting somebody back. I mean, people play games all the time. You know, people have accidents all the time. It ain't nothing to get somebody's information. I mean, think about it. You crash out, and now who protects the rest of your family?
I
You
understand.
you the soldier. What about the women and children? What do they do?
But if I get locked up, who gonna protect them?
That's what I'm talking about. Well, see, that's the thing.
So it's a lose
If
lose
if they're
regardless.
if they're if they don't have, because that's what I'm saying, that's not their fight. If they don't really have a reason to hold you on the lockup, you come home and then you fight that way. But when we're talking about what happened, like that man, I totally agree. Yeah, we can crash out, but why we got to tell them we gonna crash out? Why we got to show anybody we gonna crash out? How come he can't just be going to work one day and his brakes go out?
I feel you.
I got you. Okay.
What are we? I mean, that's what I say when we talk war. What are we strategizing or are we crashing out? Because I can't go with the crash out crew.
Right. Right. Well,
I
let
feel
me.
you.
I got some on that too, but let me see what Big Pokey and
You
Mark
did,
they
but
have.
you understand where I'm
Oh,
coming from? Because I'm with you
I do.
on every instance. I'm with you, but and the reason why I say that is because they crash out on police, crash out on other people. It makes the news, but it really don't, because it's not exciting when they do it to them. But these people, they get them back, and they don't know what hit them. You dig where I'm coming from?
Oh
They
yeah.
can't prosecute nobody. All they know is they pulled the wrong son of a gun over, and they've been bothering people.
right. All
You
right.
dig
That's
where I'm
what's
coming from?
Hey, I'm picking
And
up what you're putting down. I
that's the
feel you.
way, you can single out what we trying to do, because we can't sit up and act like we don't need them in society. But what we can do is we can start singling out, because I'm gonna tell you now, I blame the whole police precinct. Because if you were good, you ain't nowhere in the world you gonna be a good cop and you know what's going on in the precinct and ain't doing nothing about it. I don't care who you are. And I told I even told my family that he was kind of hot, but I know you done covered up for something because I know them people.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong? So to
No.
avoid because I know my cousin a good dude, he trying to do the right thing. To avoid trying to put him in anything, we could play the game. You get where I'm coming from? We can play the
Oh yeah.
game.
and
I
And
let me
it,
see
feel
what
and
you.
Big.
it, and in the internet age, it don't take that much no more. It ain't like we gotta follow him around.
Yeah. Deep research.
Go
Let
ahead,
me see what
Quizzo.
Big Pokey got. Excuse me, Big Pokey. What's up? Come on with it.
All right, so like I want to make sure we're clear here, like, because work with people, like I don't know what part of that you got from what I said because unless work with people is white folks are in the system entirely as well. Like I need some clarification on that.
I just don't. When it comes to white men, I just don't believe you can work with them. There's
So,
no
so
working with them.
the whole
Yeah,
system that
I'm not
we.
saying. Look, I'm not saying that all white police are racist, but 90 to 95% are, and they 90 to 95% of them they want to kill a nigga. They could
All right,
care less about
but
me,
what
my
I'm trying to get
family, or
clear
any of
on
them.
is, are we talking about the system as a whole or the police?
The system as a whole is designed against us. Think about it. What has the
Okay.
system ever done for people that look like you and I?
That
It
was
has
on
never
purpose.
done anything but try to break us down, and they still lose. Which this fight right here, they're gonna lose because we are God's chosen people at the end of the day. They will lose. But
Mhm.
it's no, for me, there's no working with them. That's why I have blocked every white person that I had a friend or whatever on Facebook, because I know what's coming and I don't trust any of them.
Damn.
Hey,
Okay,
also I
Big
want to
Pokey,
I
go
want to
ahead.
say no, I want to say the big poke real quick to what you said. When you looking at when you're saying the police or the system, you
Mhm.
can't look at them separate, because
Nope.
who are the police? They're the protectors of the system that fuck us over. That's what they put in place for.
Okay,
Oh,
go ahead, Big Pokey.
Okay, so I get your connection to that, but outside of creating your own system that it can stand toe to toe with the system we're talking about, I think everybody's point about the crash out method is moot. Like you could just sit and wait. They'll come get you. If we're gonna take it like you're saying, you don't need to crash out. They'll come get you if you can give them enough time. If that's the case, then the only thing we should be talking about is building a system that can stand toe to toe with the system that is not built for us. Since we can't work within it, since that them is the entire system, the only thing we should be talking about is creating another system that can stand toe to toe with it.
Mark?
Just to follow on what he's saying, I agree that the system is not designed for us. Never, and this predates Trump. It didn't start with Trump. Never was, never has been designed. However, the reality, we are here. Are we going to either build, like you say, build another system, or are we all going to pack up en masse and move somewhere else?
I'm gonna say something on this, and then we'll still open it up for a few more minutes on this topic. Well, I don't think we're gonna be able to build no system because they're not going to let us, and I mean them as the white people. It's not going to let us. That's why I say that. And again, I'm not co-signing for this, but Rodney didn't set a new standard, and I'm saying he may have been in one. He may have put, cops on notice that, hey, you're not safe. And I just don't understand it. They're sworn to take an oath. I don't understand what it is they have against black people so much. I just don't understand it. And until this last incident, I forgot which one, about those other 3 or 4 black cops that beat that other black guy. It's always been the white cop on the black guys. And one time, you guys know. Jason was on, and he talked about, as a young cop at 21 years old, all of the power and authority that he had to tell this one guy, sit down and shut the fuck up, when he had on his badge and his gun. So that badge gives a lot of them courage, I guess, in thinking that they can't be taken down. But you'll run up against that one, and he'll show you that badge don't mean nothing, because he'll take your life and go do his time for it. So I'm just saying, so I don't think we can change the system, but maybe we can. But who else got something?
That's the problem. The system is running perfect for the system, and we keep voting for the same system all the time. I'm the only one voted for that I know voted for Dr. Cornel West, who's actually there in the civil rights movement.
And let me say this, so if Cornel West get in there, guess what? You have the House and the Senate. And if they all ran by 90% white, he can't do nothing but sign an executive order. So
yeah, but he probably, but see, the thing is, he could also turn a lot of people's heads, because a lot of the things that he was going to introduce was innovative to everybody. He just wants to get to the truth, because if we get to the truth, we get our reparations.
Right.
Man,
if we don't get to the truth, you ain't gonna get that.
I put my vote where I thought we could win. If I thought Cornel West could win, I would have voted for him. But I knew he was not going to win. You got to think about the climate that we in. I know it was a long shot for her to win, because at the end of the day, most of our men don't even want to vote for a black woman, which is sad, because
black women didn't even want to vote for that black woman. When she was in the primary, she was dead last. She was not even close to anybody else.
What you mean when she was in the primary? She didn't run. When she was years ago.
Yes.
But no, I'm not talking about that. But if you think that's just because of politics, that's not the case. You got to think about it.
That if I was vice president and I was running, and let's just look at politics, how they've been going. Usually in the primaries, you pick the next person down from you to run with you, because they got just as much following as you do. Why not put them together? He picked the worst one and told you that you ain't black unless you vote for him, which means he declares your blackness on a vote for him.
But you talking about Biden, and now Biden is gone. We
Where
talking
did we
about
Hold on,
get
Chris.
her from?
Hold up. We can't
I
have
got you.
it between two people because
Right.
other people have to
You're
speak.
right.
oh
So
well, I'll hold on.
but go ahead, Rico, and let's make sure that everyone get a chance. So we're not going just two people going back and forth. So make a
No,
note and we'll come back to it. Go ahead.
I'll just say this. He's talking about something that happened with Biden. What we're talking about is what happened, and we're talking about in the present day. Biden is gone, and he probably won't even be around as much longer. He got some severe prostate cancer and all that. What I'm talking about is we had a lot of our men, and I spoke with a lot of men that look like me that refused to vote for her just because mainly it's a black woman and they own trauma that they went through in their life, which I don't
Rico,
understand.
I'm sorry. 85% of black male voters voted for Harris.
I know you're right.
85%. So unless you're just in a Republican area or something like that,
No, the
the
area I'm in is
majority
not.
of
I'm
black,
just talking about
the
people
vast
I know.
majority of black men
I'm just
voted
talking
for
about people
Harris.
that I know.
Right.
They wouldn't vote for her, and I didn't agree with that. They had their own reasons, but at the same time, I know those the people I'm talking about are people I know I grew up with, and I didn't understand it. Although I tried to school them and explain the things to them, they had their own reasons, so they wouldn't vote for her.
What is that? Harris White?
What is that?
Is that somebody?
That's somebody.
Everybody here?
Who is it?
I don't know whose phone that is.
It ain't my mic. It could be
I think Mark
outside.
in the car.
I don't know what happened.
Hold on a second.
I got a bunch of noise all of a sudden, and
Okay, so I
Are y'all
unplugged
good?
my mic. It's not my mic.
Man, that meant my bad, y'all. But I just don't think we can work with them. At the end of the day, I'll let somebody else talk. I lost my train of thought. But
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to diss on anything that y'all said. My whole point was I just don't believe you can work with those people because at the end of the day, you can't trust them. You make it trust 1 out of 10 of them.
Yeah.
And yes, 85% of black men did vote, but it should have been 90% or more or 100% that voted for them because it's not that many of us are rich. And if you're voting for the Republicans, they're only going to do for the rich. Them stupid white folks, poor white people that vote for him, let them do that.
Right. Let
But
me
in
say
today's
this.
climate, they want to get rid of me. They want to get rid of my children, my grandchildren, and I'm not going to stand for that. I'm going to fight for and protect for my loved ones just as much as what they're going to do for theirs. And the only thing that they understand is violence. So I'm totally with the Rodney Hinton and what he done. There is no working with them.
Right. Let me say this right here, and then we're gonna move around the room again. But first, to those of you that's watching right now, appreciate you tapping in. If you'd like to subscribe to Wizzo Talk, the link is in the description.
What's up, Hazy?
I appreciate your support. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, make sure you hit me up in the comments. We'll see about getting you on the show. We're gonna stay on this topic for about 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna see who else has something. If you ever watched Wizzo Talk before, you know we come with multiple topics, so we're not just gonna be on just one the whole time. And with that being said, I will say this, and then let someone else go ahead and say something. I think no matter whether it's a Republican, Democrat in office, whomever, the system is the system. It's fucked up, and I think Rodney didn't started something, and he's gonna start opening their eyes. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be the right way to do it, but once it hit you at home and hit one of your brother, sister, or someone close to you, and that your child was wrongly shot, convicted, did whatever, and you know that the system that they go before the judge is letting them go, and the grand jury is not seeing it that way, you know, things about to change. And I agree with Mark when Mark said it happened way before this motherfucker 47. So, but that's just my thought. Let's get a couple more takes on this, and we need to see who else got a little something. So, who had something? Big 7. Okay.
So it was crazy because we all sat here and we were agreeing that the system was not made for us, right? It's not gonna work for us in any kind of way. I still hear y'all talk about voting is wild, bro. That's not gonna do anything. How long have we been voting and shit ain't changed? Like, come on, man. Y'all can't be that. Like, come on, man. Like, how long y'all gonna stay with the same bullshit, bro? You still voting, nigga? That shit not gonna matter. Like, bro, y'all got people under the impression that if y'all get somebody in there that you want, right, they gonna do what the fuck you want them to do. Niggas are the same thing with Obama. What the fuck happened? Nothing. And if somebody do get in there that look like us is actually gonna make a change, they gonna kill that motherfucker. But that's what the fuck they do. That's what this country has been built on, bro. And as far as what Big Pope was talking about, um, going against their system and we're making our own system or whatever, well, like that's not gonna work, bro. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to make no system at all because every time we make some type of organization or some shit to fight against they shit, they find a way to infiltrate our shit and destroy it. You know what I mean? So we don't need to make no systems. We don't need no fucking leaders. Every time we get a leader, they kill them. We done had several leaders. Even Jesus came through. They killed that nigga supposedly. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we need. We need pure, unadulterated chaos, bro. We need everybody destroying shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just talking about people raiding stores. I'm talking about our people need to just motherfucker go crazy like a fucking virus and wipe motherfuckers off the planet because that's the only thing these people understand. Rico keep trying to tell y'all not getting it. If it was left up to them, they would just go through and destroy us with no hesitation. I'll only leave a few of us. More than likely, they will only leave our smallest children, right, to be their slaves again, right? That shit can't roll like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
oh, go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just saying, it's getting to the point now where y'all need to start to see these motherfuckers trying to get certain people off systematically. They kicking people out of the country, right? Now, if they really wanted us gone, they could have been trying to get us out of here. They don't want us gone. They want to destroy us and get us back into slavery. They already been trying to say this shit. So the thing is, are y'all gonna keep playing in the system that y'all know not for y'all and be systematically destroyed like that? Or are you gonna understand that the chaos that your youth is bringing is the greatest thing of all times? That's what's scaring these white people. White people not scared by motherfuckers like y'all. White people scared by your motherfucking kids with the guns.
Them YNs, as they call them.
Because those kids with the guns is operating on their motherfucking frequency. That's why they scared of them.
All right, Big Pokey, and then we're gonna see what Mark got. Big Pokey, what you got?
You know, Seven, I'm glad there's no distractions here this show. I really am. That's because this is the seven. This is the seven I got introduced to. So I'm really enjoying it. I really am. Last time you were a little distracted. So this yeah. So this is good. So no, sir, no. The chaos theory. Oh my goodness. Look, that would make it real easy for us to be public enemy number one, and we're already public enemy number one. But let's not add fuel to the fire by saying that we should be anarchy incarnate. Like I don't know what solution. I don't know what solution you're seeking with that.
Pokey.
But I would not like to engage in mutual destruction with anybody. I would like to engage to win. And me winning means I'm coming out on top.
Okay.
And
Let's
how do you know you wouldn't though?
Let's see what Mark and Selma. I'll let you comment again. Mark, what you got?
Well, I'll just to piggyback on what he's saying. I mean, if we had total anarchy, we're not going to. They're going to come out on top. So I just don't see what that would gain for us in the final analysis of the situation. Again, I don't necessarily have a solution, but I just don't see where that's going to benefit us in the final end, because they would come at if we go total violence. Bottom line is they have more weapons. Yes, I may take 2 or 3, but then I'm destroyed, family destroyed, the whole community destroyed. So what have I accomplished at the end of the day by doing that? By engaging in that.
I got a solution.
Who said that? Who said that? Chris? Oh,
I did, Chris.
Go ahead, Chris.
I got a solution. Don't let's do our best to break away and don't mess with them because we don't have to. I mean, this administration really messed up. They really messed up to the point to where a lot of other countries are like, hey, y'all, we'll deal with the people. We won't deal with this administration. We'll deal with the people. Y'all, we giving y'all free visas to come over here and start. We are a manufacturing country. Come over here and start your manufacturing. We'll get it. We'll get it to you. We'll get it to you. We have the perfect. This opportunity right now is a golden time. Look, go ahead, because I don't want to say too much because I want to bring something
we're
up.
gonna
That's
come
gonna
back
be
to
my
that then
topic,
after this
Mr.
here.
Lizzo.
So I mean, I think that I saw that the Black Panther organization was there for the Rodney Henn situation, and they came out in show of force. Guys, this topic can go on and go on and on and on, but until something is done to where these cops are being held more accountable. I think some of them now are, but it's still way, way away from there. I mean, they stopping us for the wrong reasons. I mean, you can even Google the search and see that Google even knows how we're being targeted. And I don't understand why. And as far as going to another country, you'll catch some strong black men and women that saying, I'm not going no motherfucking where. You know, we're gonna deal with these motherfuckers head on. Once they finally push that button and hit that right one, you know, and especially you catch that mom and that dad that's at that right age, they're not gonna give a shit about going to jail. They're gonna go and take some motherfucker out. Now, I'm not saying that that's the right way to do it, but they will. So, with that being said, let me go to my next topic. Because, like I say, you never know what you're gonna get here on Wisdom Talk. Mark, were you finna say something?
No, I'm good. Just enjoying the dialogue.
Okay, that's what's up. Mark, are you driving?
I'm sitting in my car. I'm not driving at the moment.
Okay, I'm saying don't be driving and shit. Okay, all right.
No. Oh no.
As
Oh,
always, as I always say, you know, here on Wizzo Talk, I always give all of my guests a chance to come up with a topic to bring up something. We don't just stand on one topic. But so with that being said, let me see what my man Rico got. Nobody never knows who's next. It's just whoever I drop the cursor on and put on the big screen. Rico, what you throwing out there for us while I sip my wine?
Look, I believe this is something very important, especially when it comes to the foundation of our community. I travel a lot, and one thing I've been noticing is that I keep going out and I see a lot of black women out together hanging out, and then I look around and I see the black men, whether they with white women or they with Spanish women. My question is this: to black men out there, have we totally given up on the black women, or is it something going on that I don't know about? And my point about this is, I know that our women have issues, but it all goes back to the environment they're brought up in, the way that they are raised. Those races of women are taught how to be wives and how to cater to a man. Our race of women, they're taught to be independent and not to how to deal with a man or how to be a wife. And that's sad, because regardless of what your demographic is, the foundation of every race or demographic is family. And in the black community, our family is broken. So I want to know, to the black men, have you just totally given up? I know they have mouth and they're going to say, but what we got to think about is the things that we put them through. The reason that our women act the way that they do are because of the things that we're done, because most of us haven't healed, because we all have trauma. I'm not going to give up on the black women, and I never will. But I want to know, to these men and the men that are out there, the black men that are watching, don't give up on our women. Try to talk with them, try to help them heal and make them understand, so that they can see that the ways that they are is not going to get them anything but old and alone. So have y'all given up on the black woman? Because I haven't.
Let's start with Mark and let's see what Mark got on that. Mark, has black men given up on you?
no, I don't think we've given. First of all, you say giving up on the black women. I mean, yes, we married white women, Spanish, but I think the majority of us are still engaging and marrying black women. That's the first thing. I don't think that's, oh man, all of a sudden half of us marrying black, half whites. I don't see that. Um, uh, Second point, and you mentioned it, the trauma. Both sides, we dealing with trauma. somewhere along the way, we forgot how to learn how to listen to each other, talk, work together,
Yes.
and not
Preach.
realize, yeah, okay, not realize I'm not the enemy, you not the enemy. And it goes back to the previous talk. I mean, it's the system, the other stuff. We've let that outside stuff interject and confuse us without realizing, okay, it's not you. We get up in the morning, we go deal with the same man that oppresses me, that the police stop shooting. But you're not the enemy, and I'm not the enemy. I'm gonna stop there. Next person.
All right, that's what's up. All right, Big Pokey. He's in thought.
So this is a public service announcement for everybody. Blackdemographics.com. I'll say it, blackdemographics.com.
Okay.
It's a site made by Black people to make sure that we accurately have a depiction of us socially. For instance, when it comes to marriages and Black men, 86% of Black men are married to Black women. 86% of married men are married to Black women. Now, I will say only about 34% of Black men are married. But when we're talking about the ultimate commitment, the vast majority of Black men are marrying their Black women.
Okay.
Now, if we're talking about the freestyle relationships, I'm gonna have to throw my hands up in the air because there are no rules that we can commit anybody to on the right day. But if we are talking about what can be empirically proven, again, blackdemographics.com, then Black men who are married are marrying their Black women.
All right. All right. Rice. Chris, what's up with that?
I was thinking the same thing Big Poke was, especially I was looking at more statistics. The only people doing better than staying together is the black better than the Black couple is the Asian couples. Mexican people divorce more than us. Well, they say Hispanic, they divorce more than us. Um, white the white people they divorce the most. It's more common. It's half. They're almost at half. But I think a lot of the times that we have situations like, by the way, Big Poke addressed it. A lot of this is stuff to keep us thinking that we have this trauma or something's wrong with us, or that it bothered me when they wrote the Harvard had that class talking about uh the PT, the post traumatic slave syndrome. They're just saying that you're not even there all the way off because of something that I know that it was there. I know the effects of it. I didn't witness it. You get where I'm coming from? But I don't think that's. I think what they're telling us is that, look, this is the way the system is supposed to be, and this is the way it's always gonna be. And if you think that we're gonna change or cater to you, you're losing it.
Both of you, I want to call you out, but I wouldn't have said the things that I said if I didn't know what I was talking about. Black people, we have the highest divorce rate. Spanish is next. White people have the lowest divorce rate. And in order to verify while y'all was talking, I looked it up. We have the highest divorce rate at 22.6 and 24.5. Hispanic men and women are second with 11.4 and 14.9, and then the white people are third. We have the highest divorce rate, which I already knew that. But my main question is this, because the foundation of any demographic is family. My goal is to put the Black man back in the household, because without us providing structure and discipline, look at what our daughters doing. They're out there half naked. Look at what our sons doing. They killing each other and they going to prison. How do we fix it? We fix it because we talk to the women, or as Black men, we force our way back into our children's lives. That's the only way that the thing's going to change. We have to fight for and fight against these women who are mad at us because they say we cheated on them and they want to keep the child away. But no, we have the highest divorce rate. Our families are messed up since our grandmothers and grandfathers and our great aunties and uncles and all that. The further we get away from them, the further we get away from the foundation that keeps every demographic or race together, because our families are destroyed. And it's because we as Black men are not in the household. So I believe we have to do more. On top of, I know we dealing with that and the child's mother who going to give us hell and all that, but we can't give up. If you love your children, and anybody out there that's watching, you have to stay in that child's life, whether a boy or a girl. Because when it comes to the females, if they have a strong male influence, they're not going to shake their ass and show their body online because they don't want that male influence to see them. At the end of the day, we are the leaders of our family. And as the leaders of our families, what we have to do is step in and take charge, irregardless. Because at the end of the day, when you step in and take charge and you for the right, that woman is going to listen no matter what she's doing. But we have the highest divorce rates.
Right. And let me just jump in, and then I forgot, I think Seven has to go next. But Black men, giving up on Black women, I think some of that has to do with the media, because the media will put and make sure that they show that this Black NFL player is with this white woman, or this Black person is with this white person, or whatever. But I mean, I think Big Pokey for the Black demographic.com, so we can go and look at those numbers. Now we all know that the numbers are not going to be 100%, but I mean, at least it's a guide for something for us to go by. And we covered some of this almost to a fact of, Black men and Black women sticking together and stuff like that. But to me, there's nothing wrong with a strong Black woman. If something goes down, you got her in your back. You may have, and you may have this white woman over here that's a little bit kind of scared and of the situation that go down, her man getting jumped. That Black woman said to jump right up in there and have that motherfucker back. So, the white woman, I don't know. But I'm just saying that I know from that sister, she gonna jump up in there because she not fixing to let you beat the fuck out of her man. So I don't think that Black men have given up on white women. I think sometimes Black men is getting a bad rep for whatever reason from the Black women. So this here is another one that we can go on and on and on. But I need to make sure I get to who hadn't said anything. Seven.
The last podcast we had, right? The topic was Black men belong to Black women.
Yeah.
And I feel like this goes hand in hand with that, because who else is going to understand our struggle and our plight better than the people who've gone through it with us, better than the people who have birthed us? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people watch social media and look at things going on TV and stuff like that, and they think, hey, the Black man and the Black woman is at ends with each other. But that's really not the case when you really look at things. Like, we really be holding it down for each other. It's just that we have these fucked up ideologies of each other and these perceptions because of social media. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have it in our heads that women are only after money, and we also have it in our head that dudes are only after pussy, right? And truth be told, niggas do want pussy though. But at the end of the day, we want a companion that's going to be able to hold it down with us, somebody that we can trust. You know what I mean? Somebody that's going to birth a strong offspring, and somebody that's going to have a well-balanced mind to be able to teach our offspring how to survive and not just cave in into the enemies. You know what I'm saying? Poisonous thought frames, right? This was really what we want. Niggas will just talk about pussy all day, but really we want somebody strong enough to be able to teach our children how not to give in to our enemies. You know what I'm saying? And that takes a very strong-minded woman, and also when it comes to women only wanting money and it's being pushed like that in the media, right? I think there's a fucked up mind frame to go off of, because when we really look at it, right, if our sisters have always only been after money, a lot of us wouldn't be getting no pussy from back in the day. I ain't had no money when I was young.
Me either.
Motherfuckers was fucking with me heavy. You feel me? Like, bro, our people have not been about money like that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that's being portrayed by our enemies. Right. Yep. Propaganda. Yeah. It's being pushed by our enemies to be like that because they want us to stop reproducing.
To divide us.
Right. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's never been like that. You know what I'm saying? We come from back traditions. Motherfuckers broke and jumping brooms and shit to get married. We don't see the spiritual things that we have within one another anymore because of social media pulling us apart. But money has never been a dividing issue for us. Just like what the white women go through has never been a thing for our women. And I try to explain this to a lot of people who don't understand it. When you look at old TV shows, right? Cosby Show, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, even when you look at more modernized TV show that's actually based on black families, like Everybody Hate Chris. When you look at these type of things, you see the family dynamic. The mother always has the power. Motherfuckers be like, Dad, what should I do? Dad would be like, all right. He give him some info and be like, go ask your mom. People don't understand that the diaspora of the black family, the woman has always been the highest part of the family because of the spiritual aspects of the woman. And we always known this in our families, right?
Yeah.
But in the white person's culture, right, they've always held their woman lower. Even when you look at Spanish culture, their women are always taught to be lower than their men. And that's really why I don't even really be with the whole mixed culture dating, because if you're not spiritually into that, right, it's gonna tear you down. That's why you see a lot of black women coming out saying that their mixed race husband or whatever the fuck he be abusing them and shit. May not hit them, but they be verbally abusing them. And you see black women and they be with these white dudes who they think all this money and they be like, well, he called me a nigga. It's in them. This is in them. You can't, just because you fucking with them and they get some pussy don't mean they not gonna call you a nigga. Back in slave days, they was fucking these women and they was calling them niggas still. That's like, they don't get it. Like, it's a lot of shit that people not seeing or understanding about culture that plays a very large part into why black men and black women are just made for each other on that level.
All right, before I go to somebody else, Seven, since you said that, and I forgot who may be next, but Seven, follow me right here and let me know. Okay, you off in that pussy with this white woman. Y'all getting it on. She tells you, nigga, hit this pussy. What's your next move?
Brother, I'm gonna try to beat that shit to the ground. You feel me?
What's your next move? You with this white woman? She said, "Nigga, hit this pussy."
I'm fucking her, man. I can't. I'm already in it. I'm not gonna fucking no more after that, though. I'm like, this bitch a little too comfortable. You know
so you mean that you're not gonna just get up out the pussy and just say, fuck, you gonna go on and make sure you get where you need to get, and then you gonna get off of it.
Yes.
Okay.
See, the thing is, I'm already in it, though. You know what I'm saying? Although I do feel white women are more dangerous to black men than white men are to black women. Like, the white woman is like the apex predator. Motherfuckers don't even be getting that. That's how the white men not even our worst enemy. It's they women. That's who make more white men. You know what I'm saying? And that's who really be training the motherfuckers. But people keep it on the low. White women, they have this subtle ability to smile, and you'll think, oh, they cool, but they don't show you no teeth. They be like, I see it all the time. But when we be working at, they be smiling. Motherfuckers don't show you no teeth. I'm like, that fake ass smile. Motherfuckers know. She just called me a nigga walking past me, man.
Let me see who I got next. The question was black men giving up on black women.
I'm just like I say, I'm like Big Pope. We keep reciting their numbers and like they don't have an agenda. I keep telling you, the system is the system. We keep reciting their numbers. That's why Big Poke recited them numbers. Them the numbers. I was with Big Poke on the numbers because we had a legitimate people that look like us tell us about us, not them telling us about us. We the worst in everything if we keep Googling everything. Google something else.
Right. Who we got next? Mark, Big Poke, who got next?
No, I was just
Mark, or just you got some? Big
no, I was just listening.
Just listen. They good. Keep going. Next person.
All right, Big Poke.
I can jump on it because I do have something I want to add to it. The propaganda like that, when that was brought up, that one kind of hit home to me. And the thing about it is that I felt like, Rico, you were espousing some of the propaganda. Like that's when you agreed to it, and I was like, well, did you not hear what you were saying? Like when I brought up blackdemographics.com, that's black people correcting those propaganda statements that have come out, like the one with 70% of black children grew up in fatherless homes. Well, you're leaving out the important part, which is of non-married black women. Like then you can add it, but that's only about 40% of black women. Now the 40% of black women, 70% of those children grow up without fathers. But instead, the way it was propagandized was that every 7 out of 10 black children, period, grew up without fathers, which is incorrect. That's why I'm pointing out blackdemographics.com, because we get to the meat and potatoes of those types of sayings, like how when it used to be there's more black men in prison than there are in college. It was a lie. It was a lie.
Oh, I never heard that.
It gets propagated because there is some type of hate that goes on, and we hook, line, and sink into it with the propaganda. Like just like how you were saying, like do black men abandon black women? Well, if we're talking about men that want to marry, which I think is what the foundation is, then the answer is clearly no. Now, if we're talking about singles, then the question is up in the air, because we can't hold anybody to rules when we're talking about freestyling.
Okay.
No, I agree. And what we're doing, the way we're conversing right now, it's the start. But it all begins with us as the men, the leaders of the household. We are the head. We have to force our way back into our kids' lot, regardless of what our baby mama say and the hell they give us. If you love your children and you want to save them, irregardless of how the mother feels, we have to get back up in there. I don't want any of this that I'm talking about. All I'm speaking on is, like I say, I travel a lot and I pay attention everywhere I go. It's mainly a bunch of black women together, black men, white women, or Mexican women. How do we fix it? Because that's not what I want. I'm not trying to talk bad about the black woman, because I love the black woman. I don't go to any other race. Yeah, I did that in my teenage years, but it was like more of a fetish. But I would never be with one of those, or a Spanish lady, or anything about that, because I love the black woman. What I want to do is to bring our families together. I'm not criticizing anyone, and I understand everything that you're saying. I just want to bring us back together so we can have that unity. And because without that unity, we can't build anything. It all starts with the foundation of family, teaching our kids in the house what family is about, the love of family. Because when we teach it, they grow to appreciate it. But if they don't see it, they don't give a damn about it, and they out of control. All I want is the black man and the black woman back together. So my whole thing is, how do we fix it as black men? Because it all starts and ends with us.
I would say take them out the education system
I
first.
feel you on that.
What is the education system doing? I mean, has to do with.
Because if as long as the mama's not home to teach the kids how to be a family, the school gonna teach them how to be a career while you on your career. So that's what they see.
Right.
They don't see family.
Let me, Mark, I sent you a message in the private chat, Mark. So I don't know if you can see it, but was just saying, let me know. Well, I just said to any of you guys, I don't know how long this podcast is gonna go. It's probably gonna go about another hour. So if one of you guys have to leave, just let me know. So I can make sure you can get any closing comments in that you may like to get in. And to our viewers that's watching right now, I would appreciate it if you hadn't already subscribed, or you just hit that subscribe button that's off in the description, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate your support. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, make sure you hit me up in the comments, or either send me a message or something like that. Just for me and for my thoughts, fix it. Well, if we go back to, in which I can't, the thing about Wizzo Talk is you don't know, no one knows what topic everyone's going to bring up. As soon as you announce that topic, one thing we can do right then is we can get over to the side and we can start Googling stuff or whatever. So you don't know, and that's a good thing I like about it. So we just bring up something, so you just kind of got to go off the top of your head, or you got to do some research. But my point where I'm going with that is the system There we go with that system, just like we was talking about police brutality in that system, is that, you know, way back, the white people wanted the black man out of the house. You know, you can't get this assistant, you can't get that as long as he's here. You can't get this and get that as long as he's here. And then what they do, they build more jails and more of this, so he's out there. Factories closed down, this closed down, that closed down, and now shit, where he's left to crime, and he's in jail doing some time and shit like that. And you catch all right now, and you catch a lot of the I don't. The long story short on all of it, because I don't want to ramble on this. That I don't think that the black man is giving up on the black woman. I think he's there for him. I think the media is playing a part to show us what they want to show us, and we already know that the media is not correct. As 47 old orange has to say, fake news, and everything to him is fake news. I hate to quote this, but. So I don't think they are. You know, it's a preference. You know, I have some family members that's married to white guys. I have another family member that told me that he would not have nothing to do with no black woman. He just, when he won't, she's gonna be Mexican or she's gonna be white, because he said that the black woman is too messy, she's too loud, she's too this. But that's his preference. But still. I mean, I might be there with, I think with Big Pokey with the numbers, where the overall, we still up in that thing, and the media is just showing us differently when we look on there and see all these superstars with these white women. And I've said this before, maybe, and I can be wrong, but maybe they just want that white woman because they can go and do whatever they want to, and they know that they can't do that with no strong black woman. I yield back my time. Anybody got anything else?
I like women. Like I said, I'm married to Mexican, and she's Mexican and white right now. Married to a white girl. I like women. Both my first two kids are by black girls. If I was to stop messing, if this something was to happen to this, I would date who I like. You know. But again, I don't think that we've given up on our women just because I date who I like. Do you get where I'm coming from? I think a lot of this, because one thing that Rico mentioned to me that just kind of got to me when he said something very important. He said, I see my black women they just all hanging out by themselves. Do you think this independent thing that kind of took over they where I don't need a man type of deal? Because I hear this.
Can I reply to that? This is what I'll say this. I'm going to tell you this.
Yes, sir.
And I've been thinking about this a long time. Y'all remember when Steve Harvey said that act like a lady, think like a man? That he wrote that.
I remember that
movie about it and all of that. I'm going to tell you this. I believe that was the dumbest shit ever said. Because okay, you think like a man. As a human beings, we project, and whatever we say, whatever we think, that is exactly how we are going to act. And now you have what people call masculine women, which should be oxymoron. There shouldn't be no such thing as a masculine woman. Because if you're thinking like a man, guess what? You're going to start acting like a man. And that's exactly what these women are doing. But as men, especially a man who has their stuff together, we're not going to deal with a woman who's thinking like a man, who eventually is going to act like a man, because we as men, we want a feminine woman. We want a nurturer, a caregiver, and all of that. We don't want no woman who masculine and talking about rah, 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 rah. No, we don't want that. So I think that shit Steve Harvey said was dumb as hell. Think like a man. If he thought about that, whatever you think, that's what you do. That's how you act. Your brain is the strongest muscle that you have. So if you think it, you say it, you act it, that's what you will become. And that's part of the reason that the women are the way that they are. They thinking like a man. They think that we are equal, and we are not. So ladies, stop trying to think like a man, because it's not going to get you anywhere but alone. I'm talking to black women. I don't give a damn about the other demographics. I don't deal with them. I'm talking to our women. Stop trying to think like a man. Stop trying to act like a man. Act like a lady, and you will get treated as such.
Damn. 7. I think you might be next, or whoever. I'm not sure, but 7. What you got on that?
I mean, I have to honestly say that I think that Steve Harvey has been an active fucking enemy of our community for quite some time.
For real.
Well, a lot of the shit that he be telling women on his TV show don't make no motherfucking sense, and
Exactly.
he be on a money grab. I feel like Oprah Winfrey has also been an enemy of our
Yep.
culture for quite some time. A lot of the people that we hold up really be fucking up the culture, man. You know what I'm saying? We idolize a lot of these people because of their influence and their money, and that's the wrong shit to really be influenced. Like I said before, I honestly feel that we all, not just black people, but everybody in the world today equates wealth to intelligence, and that ain't it. That's not it.
Amen.
You can have a
Amen.
lot
I
of
agree
money
with
and
you
be a
there.
dumb motherfucker, man. People don't understand these things, and I really think we need to get back to really understanding that money doesn't equate to intelligence. Like I
Thank
know a
you.
lot of motherfuckers that did a lot of dumb shit on the internet, and they got a lot of money off doing it. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes
Mhm.
to our black women really do need to understand when it comes to being masculine, it's not good because it's a different type of masculine they produce. Like you could be
Okay.
masculine, a lot of them still don't have any type of control. You know what I'm saying? Especially over their kids. Like you think you're giving this dominant energy, but the kids ain't listening to you. You're not giving a dominant energy. As a father, I know that if my kids would like where they pretty much big now, but when they were little, right? If I walk into the room and they was doing some shit and I listen to their mother, all I had to do was look at them a certain type of way and then sit their ass down. That's masculinity. These women, the type of masculinity they're trying to give off is like loud talking and cursing and trying to pretend like they tough, but they don't understand that the true power that a woman has that could dominate any masculinity, right? Is true femininity. If a
Yep.
woman, if you're tweaking out, right, and you motherfucking yelling and you doing all this shit, and your woman come up to you, she could put one hand on your motherfucking cheek and the other hand on your motherfucking chest and just rub down and say some nice shit in your ear, like be quiet, and you gonna be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? That shit gonna tweak you out, but it's gonna calm you in such a way that you're not even gonna even know what the fuck to do. You just gonna shut the fuck up because she didn't dwindle that flame down, dog. And I think that the society that we live in today is really drawing women away from that true power of understanding how just that calm nature can conquer anything. You know what I'm saying? Like man, like people
Ain't
don't
that
get
wrong?
this shit. Even if you look at a beaver, right? And I equate this to the feminine energy, right? If you look at a beaver can block a whole fucking river with twigs. It don't even. It's just a bunch of twigs, small twigs. Individually, they wouldn't be able to do anything. But when stacked upon each other, when you put that feminine energy and you stack it, it can stop so much. And I don't think that women understand the true power of that because society is pushing masculinity hard, right? While simultaneously saying that masculinity is toxic, which I don't even understand how the fuck that works. They're telling the women to be more masculine, and they're telling the men to be less masculine. And it's kind of crazy because it's like, what imagery are you really pushing to kids? And that really leads me into believing that's why everybody is going through this transgender thing because motherfuckers don't know what's going on with them.
Right.
You tell a motherfucker to be sensitive, and then you tell the other motherfucker not to be masculine. What the fuck is happening?
All right. So let's do this here. I'm gonna ask this question. I know I need to hit up Big Pokey and see if Mark have anything, and then we'll go around one more time on that, and then we're going to move on to the next topic right here. So masculinity. Got a masculine woman. I'm going to come to Rico in 7. She walk up to you. Masculine. Y'all going home. What you gonna do? You gonna go and get in there pussy, or you gonna pass it up?
Well, me, first of all, depending on what she say and how she come, if she step to me, like you say, masculine, what does she say to me though?
She's a
What up,
masculine
homie?
woman. We not. Oh, what'd you say, Pope?
What up, homie?
Oh, like that? Nah, man. First of all, I'm gonna tell her, look, I don't like women that talk like men or that talk like we friends and I don't know you. But if she came up to me and just said something like, hey, I've been looking at you all night. I've been waiting for you to say something to me, but you didn't. But I'm here now. I'll step to her. I'm just like, okay, well, what's up? you know, blah blah blah. I'm gonna talk. But if she come up to me and say some shit like, "Hey, what's going on? You know, I like you. I'm liking the way you look." Then to me, that's a physical attraction. And all I'm gonna do is then I'm gonna start talking because I'm gonna knock her ass off that night.
Okay, that's what's up. That's where I was good. 7. What
Yeah.
you gonna knock that masculine off, or you gonna let that shit go?
Hey man, I'm gonna put it to you like this, man. I like power. I like powerful women. So it depends on, like my man Rico said. Like if she walk up to me and talk like how he was saying she'll talk, I go. But
Yeah.
if she walked up to me and she motherfucker just like, "Man, what that dick do?" I'm gonna be a little scared because how many niggas done post like this before? You know what I'm saying? That shit kind of puts me back. But I do like stronger women though. That's nice.
Yes.
I like a war.
I'm gonna say this now, and I can be totally wrong because some men are like that and going to question that. But if that woman walk up there to you, she damn near half naked, she got them nipples out, she got that ass showing, and she asks you what that dick do, or let me get that number, or you want to hit that pussy, you might be saying no up here, but that motherfucker down there,
You already know. Hey, he got a mind of his
I'm
own.
just saying, so we can sit here and say that we not gonna do this and she masculine, she this and that. I mean, to each his own. But then again, I agree with 7 on the fact that if I'm fucking pissed off and some shit and something, you know, then my woman can go on and touch me and say something in the right way to kind of cool me down and calm me down. You know, even if she grab my ass, grab my dick, or just put a hand on the chest, say, "Baby, don't worry about it. Don't worry about this, whatever." But before I go to Big Pokey is, guys, especially if you out there single, you gonna hit that pussy, masculine or not. Big Pokey. Single or in a relationship. Big Pokey. Let me ask you this though, because I know what Big Pokey go do. Big Pokey.
All right, I got a few things for you. But I tell you what, Wizzo, my answer is no. I prefer the dainty things when it comes. I like my women dainty.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on some. Yeah, you want to be a princess, then the king got you. Like I'm not with. I am woman. Hear me roar. None of that. Like no, I'm. Come on. Yeah, I got it. You just need to behave like the princess and enjoy the flowers. Yeah, that's just my personal preference though.
So
now,
question before you go to the next one, because I know you said you had a couple things. So in other words, what you're saying is you're not gonna hit that pussy. You're gonna tell her she got to move around.
Real quick.
Okay. All right. It's a few men out there to say that, but go ahead with your next one.
So we've used the word pussy a few times.
Yeah, because I like using that word.
For sure. I like it personally. I like it personally, so I can dig it. I recently, because you know I do words of the day, right? I recently found out that the word pussy, when used as for being a coward, the root word is pusillanimous.
Oh, okay.
The root word is pusillanimous, and pusillanimous, it is coward, and the shorthand for coward when referring to pusillanimous is pussy, and not actually we're talking about the vagina, but actually being a coward.
Damn, that's deep, dog.
Yeah.
So did you talk some? Go ahead, Big
Pusillanimous. I'm about to use it.
7 said, "Dang, that's deep."
That
pussy deep, 7.
Let me say this. Now,
100. I love it.
If I can't remember where, but I talked with this one lady at work before, and I think she was German or whatever, and pussy meant something totally different. It was like a name, but or something like it was something totally different, you know, whatever. So if you're looking at it in the English version, you Google it or whatever. Shit, I forgot what is it, cat or
look it up. Hey, Wizzo, look it up. Etymology. Etymology is the real meaning of all words.
Right.
It's like look it up under etymology.
But look, let me say this, and then I'm gonna let Big Pokey come finish saying what he was gonna say. You know, and Big Pokey, I watch your words of the day and your meaning of things like that. However, and some of that shit I have to look up too, because I'll be like, I don't even know how to pronounce that shit. But we, in today's time, and that's good that you've done research on that and brought that to our attention. But what is our mind still set on? From what we've been brought up on, that pussy is what's between her legs. That dick is, you can look up dick and it may mean something totally different. You can look up bitch, bastard, or whatever, something like that. And it's going to have a totally different meaning. However, the way we were brought up with it, we wasn't brought up with it with that correct meaning, if that's the meaning for here in the United States, because when you're in Germany and Africa and certain different like parts of the country like that, the words we use over here can be insulting to someone else over there if we use it, hey bitch, which I don't call a woman bitch. I never have and I never will. But I will say something about a pussy. But let me know Big Pokey. I gotta get to Mark. Big Pokey, go ahead.
So there's one thing too. I think it's a misnomer when we say masculine women. And the reason I'm saying that is because traditionally, one of the things that was masculine is being laconic or not speaking a lot when things were awry, and you actually would just do something about it. Like a lot of women feel like they right 1,000% to complain when something's going wrong. And to me, a lot of the someone in the comments, they commented, they said the rah. I think a lot of that rah, it gets misconstrued as being masculine when actually it's the epitome of women without any accountability or responsibility, instead of it actually being masculine. Because and I'm talking about from a traditional standpoint, if women were more masculine, then more things would get done and less would be said about it. You would just see more of it. That's why I say that masculine women is a misnomer, because we're talking more about, most of the time, bad attitudes, being bombastic or being belligerent or something like that. And you and I know we can't behave like that in public amongst each other. Otherwise, it's going to end up in violence real quick.
Right. Okay.
Like that's one of the things, like between us, that between men, almost always there's an unspoken common courtesy given, because if we step out of line with each other, it can be stepped all the way out of line. And I think that's something that's 100% masculine. We do not see that from women, especially the ones when we're talking about the rah, and I'm using air quotes without putting them up, but that's what I want to refer to, like that masculine woman. I think that's a misnomer. I think that's just unchecked emotional instability, not masculine women.
Okay, unchecked. All right. Miss Erica Jones, what you got to say about that right there? I see you talking about you learning. So what you got to say about that in the comments? Hit us on up. Let us know what you think. I appreciate everybody in the comments that's watching. And be sure to post your comments, because all of my guests can see them. So let me see what Mark had on that, Big Pokey. Mark been kind of quiet.
Oh, okay. All right. Just enjoying the dialogue. Okay. 2 points on 2 things we talked about with the masculine women. Personally, I think a lot of that is a defense mechanism, been hurt, angry. And when I deal with women like that, and once you get past that and get to the root of it, this whole masculine thing, that's not you. You just putting on the front. So that's what I believe on that. The other thing we talked about, we mentioned celebrity and whatnot. To me, I think we really need to, and I'm not saying necessarily this group, I think we already there, but I've gotten to the point, I'm not going to let celebrities, whether they're entertainers, athletes, whatever, drive the narrative. Way too often, number one, they dead ass wrong, as somebody mentioned with Steve Harvey. You're right, that's some silly ass shit. But they put that stuff out because they're trying to get ratings, sell a book, profits or whatnot. And we give them too much power. Recognize them for what they are. It's entertainment. Once the game is over, once the show is over, you go on with your life. But they have no other expertise beyond that. Now you can move on to the next topic, Paul.
Well, we'll move on to the next topic. Let me make sure don't nobody else have anything else go. Anybody else got anything on this? Rico, you want to close out with something on that?
Hey, I want to.
All I want, that was my topic, and all I want is to put the black man and the black woman back together so that we may save our children and start to rebuild the foundation of every demographic or race, which is family.
All right, that's what's up. I think Seven was about to say something. Seven.
Oh yeah, I want to say about the masculine women. There's been a whole movement of dudes talking about they be wanting to smash dykes, bro. I don't know if y'all been seeing this shit on the internet, but the dyke chicks, the masculine women, right? They be like showing themselves in swimsuits. My God, bro, they be battling them jeans dressed like dudes. This shit crazy. But yeah, also I just want to say one more thing, right? My man, he put the pusillanimous out there. So I'm gonna tell y'all something that's interesting too. So I found out why they call the gay chicks who act like dudes studs. And the reason why they call them that is because studs stand for is still titties under that shirt.
Damn it.
Oh, you must got big focus shit. You must got a shit. What it stand for, Sam?
Still titties under that shirt. There you go. That's what studs
Damn
mean.
it.
God damn. Hey, y'all, Rico, make sure you check out the comment that Erica Jones put up in there, because I like
I seen it.
Okay.
I seen it.
Yeah, that's funny. Big Pokey, let me come over. Big Pokey, what you laughing about?
That is what he said. There's still titties under them shirts. Yeah,
Still
that's
titties.
hilarious.
It is.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I love wordplay. So yeah, I can dig on that.
Right. Well, sis, let me ask y'all this. Y'all know I come with some crazy shit sometimes. So you got this stud over there with them steel titties under that shirt.
All right.
She over there. She pegging that 9-inch dildo, whatever, something like that. Fine and motherfucker. Because some of them be fine, thicker than frog hair. Who gonna walk away from that? Who gonna walk away from it? Who gonna hit it? Who gonna hit it?
I said the blind man. Hey, at the end of the day, she's still a woman, and I'm a man. Because she can have on a baseball cap, she can have the sports bra down, trying to hold them titties down. But at the end of the day, if she got that ass and all them woman boys, we all gonna hit it. And I ain't not one man up there gonna say no. We're gonna bend her over. Bang, 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 bang.
Big Pokey. You gonna hit it, Big Pokey?
So if she's walking around with a strap on, I'm gonna have to say hard no.
What?
Like if the strap on is included in this, it's gonna be a hard no.
Baby.
I mean, strap on not aimed at you, brother.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard no. So if we remove the strap on, we can have a conversation.
Hey, listen, what if she got the strap on doing another woman and she wants you to hit that from behind?
I'm gonna do it. I do it and be happy to do it.
20 years ago,
what they say, I ain't turning down nothing but my collar. Look at that.
Hold on,
Look at that right now.
Big Pokey said. Big Pokey, what you say?
20 years ago, sure. 20 years, sure. Fine. 20 years ago, when I'm hot dick, yeah, fine. But now, I would think too much about it.
Big Pokey.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna happen? She gonna walk by you fine and frog hair.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you gonna do? You gonna look at her and you gonna start crying. And you gonna tell her.
You gonna say, baby, hold on to me.
Hey,
you
gonna
cry.
She gonna look at Big Poke in the face and be like, "Don't be pusillanimous, man."
Okay, let's go.
Exactly.
Let me go to next topic.
Y'all doing too much now.
Y'all don't know that's an inside joke between us about Big Poke. Big Poke said he ain't crying over shit.
Yeah.
But I need to move to my next topic right quick. So Big Poke, you on the screen, you told me you got something. What you got?
All right. This recently went viral, so I thought it'd be interesting. It's perfect for barbershop talk. Are all black men accountable for men who can't take rejection and harass women?
Who can't take rejection and what?
And harass women.
Okay.
So I'll give you an example. So for instance,
hold up, let me give us an example. Go ahead.
So if you're out and about or I don't know, at a bar or something like that, and you see a black man try to holler at a woman, and she curbs him, and he all of a sudden goes down to, well, fuck you then, bitch. You ain't no good, no goddamn way. Like, is it your job to, in that point, stand there and say, hey, brother, hey, you don't have to talk to the lady like that. Like, we can all get along. Is it your job to step in at that point, or is them two strangers handling their business in the freestyle?
For me,
let's let me hit Mark first on that. Mark, okay. What is it?
Oh man. Man, this can go either way. All right. One part of me says I want to step and say, brother, you wrong for that. But then I know how this quickly can be turned on me. And now I'm calling one of y'all for some bail money. Huh?
Fuck you and that bitch. What you gonna do now?
Yeah. Okay, now it's about to go sideways. Now I'm calling one of y'all for some bail money to come get me out. That's the problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
See? Yeah.
All right. Let's see what let me see what Rice first, Rico. I'll come back to you.
You don't want to know what I got to say. I'm skinny. I'm not getting in nobody business. I ain't gonna fall on the ground and I'm clean. Yeah, she just got cussed out. I'm looking good. I'm in the club. And I'm skinny.
Okay. All right, let me see what Rico gonna say.
Hey, for me in that situation, it depends on the situation. If I see it's a man and a woman that's been together and they going through something, and yes, I'm gonna stay out of it. But if it's a situation where the man and the woman don't know one another and possibly could do something to her, I'm gonna step in, because at the end of the day, I don't agree. You know, a man can always defeat a woman physically, and I'm not going to agree with that if he tried to harm her physically. But if it's a domestic situation, whether it's a marriage or they've been together for a long time, I'm not going to step into that, because we don't actually know what actually is going on. However, I will say this. I don't care what the situation is. If it's a white man or a Mexican man or any man that don't look like you and I, and they saying something to one of these black queens, I don't give a damn what the situation is. I'm gonna say something.
Right.
So
now, you just took what I was just about to say, that, you know, if
I'm gonna say something,
a black woman or whatever, and some of those things, I see some of the comments, Jay, talking about, you know, shit can get messy, mind your business or whatever. And I believe Mark saying that things can turn on you, because if you see that, this disagreement going on out there, and then you go on and take her side, we was talking about strong black women earlier taking up for their man. She still to turn on your ass and say, leave him alone.
That's true.
Especially if you with his ass or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah, so let me see what Seven got on it, cause y'all brace yourself, get your popcorn ready.
Wait, what was the question again?
I got you. Are all black men accountable for men who can't take rejection and harass women?
Honestly, I feel like we don't hold each other accountable how we should. We all in a perfect black community, we all would be held accountable. Even I'm guilty of this when I was younger. When I first started talking to girls, I hollered at a girl, she wouldn't say nothing to me. I was like, you dirty bitch. You know what I'm saying? I mean, back in Chicago, bro, you know what I'm saying? We just learned from each other, so we were just doing some crazy shit. But you know what I'm saying? Nobody held me accountable for that shit as a young man, so I was just doing what I seen other dudes doing. You know what I mean? But it's wrong, because why should our women feel uncomfortable in their community? They already have to go outside of their community and feel uncomfortable. So when they're in their own community, it should feel like home. They should be feeling welcome, right? But it's also the same thing when it comes to black men holding each other accountable for anything. You know what I mean? Let's say you got a homeboy and you know your homeboy got kids and he don't take care of his kids right. You responsible for your homie, man. Talk to him. Tell him, bro, you need to be seeing your kids, man. They need you. You know what I'm saying? If your homeboy ain't got the money to help his kids out, if that's truly your friend, your brother, why wouldn't you help him out or help him try to find a job? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that none of us care about each other how we should. or how we should really truly be looking out for each other. I understand there are situations where it's like if you see a man and a woman arguing in the community, right? And the man is starting to slap the shit out that woman, and you step up. I've seen situations this where both of them have beat the stranger ass. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to protect her. I've seen shit like that in Chicago. So I do understand both sides of the point of why you would want to do it. I think you really got to play some things to yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gotta play it by ear, man. You can't just step into any and everything. But when it comes to us holding each other accountable for how we making our sisters feel in our community, we really have to do better. And when it comes to how we hold each other accountable for how we do our children, we have to do better as well. Because I don't really see too many brothers telling them like, "Hey, bro, go see your kids if you're not seeing your kids, man." You know what I'm saying? I know you don't like the mama or whatnot, but shit, nigga, we can go over there together. We can play with the kids outside. We can take them to the park. Dudes don't really be doing it. I've had some homeboys do that with me. You know what I'm saying? That's where it's like they knew it was an uncomfortable situation with me and a mom. Motherfuckers be lying, trying to call the cops, and niggas be like, I'll come over there as a witness. You know what I'm saying? We can take the kids to the park. I'm down, shit. I'm ready to see him anyway. So it's like we really need to be doing that type of shit with our homeboys. I feel like even in our communities where it gets to a point where it's like you find out your homeboy having a baby, right? I feel like more men need to throw baby showers for their homeboys. We need to get more into the process like women. Because you know what I'm saying? Like we really need to show each other how much more we care as well. You know what I'm saying? If your homeboy about to have a baby, help him get some shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you having a baby, he gonna help you get some shit. It should be like this, but we don't be caring about each other like that because we're not taught to.
Right. Okay, so check this out. So I'm gonna ask this one question because we got about like 20 minutes for 8. And just by show of hands, and then I need to get my next topic in right quick. Just by show of hands, if the situation is man on man out there, cause you know this is this gay LGBTQCAD. So by show of hands, if it's a man on man out there and they doing their thing and having a disagreement, and you can tell that one of them is that way and one of them is straight, by show of hands, who gonna jump in and say something? Anybody? Crickets. Damn. Big Pokey.
Chirp.
They both men.
All right, cool.
Hey,
Even they both men. That's
they
even.
both men.
Just because one of them dress funny or walking funny,
Yeah.
that don't make him different. He's still a man.
Let me go to this right here. So, Chris, you said you had something to go and throw out there before we get ready to
I was just going. My whole topic was just trying to be. What do y'all think would be a major? I'm telling y'all, I think we have a golden time right now with everything that's moving around in this on a global scale. I believe they distracting us with what's going on around us, but I believe on a global scale it's moving around pretty good. Y'all don't think as a people, and this is just me as a people, because we talk this unity stuff. Y'all don't think we got a shot at really making? We don't have a shot at becoming our own Walmart or our own dollar store, our own. Y'all don't think we have a shot at that, especially right now in this climate?
let me see what Rico got because he got to get it.
I got something to say on that.
In today's climate, I believe that we have a better shot at growing economically than we did many, many years ago, just because of the times that we're in. Although these people are trying to set us back many years, I don't believe it's going to go that far, because if you think back, every time those people are so hateful. Every time we had our own law force, our own pharmacies, and our own anything, they hate the fact that we can do without them, because we can do without them. But what they don't realize, they cannot do without us. We are the only country as a developed country that has ever bombed their own citizens in Philadelphia, and then in Tulsa, the things that went on there. And that was because they become so jealous of us, or the things that we can do and how we prosper without them economically, because we don't need them. They need us. So the way I feel about that is, if they want to do this segregation, I want it, because at the end of the day, it's going to become something like back in the day. But at that same time, we are all armed and we will defend ourselves, because the things that they're going to do, at some point, we're going to have to fight in order to get them people out of power. But in today's world, I'm all for us, and I know we can build it, and I'm all for segregation because I don't want to be around those people.
Damn. All right then, Mark, what you got?
Just to build on what he's saying, I think we can, but it would have to start. What has to start, our mindset has to change, recognizing that everybody in this room that we're dialed. I think it's about 7 of us. You know, we may not all agree on everything, but we have a common goal. We have a common enemy, and I'm not going to let that enemy come in and offer me $2, $3 some trinket to sell out. No, hell to the no on that. To me, that's been the problem with many of our organizations in the past, is we sell out for trinkets. Whereas this time around, we understand I need to do business with everybody in this room, and I'm not going to let an outsider come in and interrupt that because I see the bigger picture, the bigger goal.
Right. Yep. That's what's up. Big Pope.
All right, so 2 things. I got to step back real quick to what 7 said. I believe I understand the sentiment that he was trying to get across, but man baby showers, I just do not like the way that sounds. I don't know, man. Yeah, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth saying Again, I get the sentiment, but we need to work on the words for that. I don't know. New life engagement for man or something. I don't know. We need to work on that. Now, as far as Chris's question, like, is the opportunity there for us to shine? I would say emphatically yes. Are we going to take advantage of it? I think is a better question. Like, for instance, like when you said our own Walmart, it immediately made me think of the Black Nile, and that's like the black branded version of Amazon. Like it's Amazon, but it's for us, by us, basically. So yes, I say yes. This is a great opportunity, but we as a people need to be more promoting of ourselves. Like every time somebody mentioned Amazon, then the Black Nile should come up. Or there's another one like the diaspora or something like that. Like those should be coming up. So yes, Chris, yes, emphatically yes. There is golden opportunities in this day and age for Black people to become that nation like those in the past have said.
Yeah.
Are we going to do it though?
Hey, the only reason I'm saying that is because we got global backing right now, y'all. The truth is out the bag. They finding out that we the sane ones in the country, and they not. Right. You know, the truth is coming out the bag. They get to talk to us now. We get to talk to our brothers and sisters in Africa and stuff. TikTok don't really open that up, so you get to talk to these people. And I could tell you some stories about these people. They don't know nothing about our history. They don't understand. They ain't never heard about a slave boat ever.
Yeah.
You get where I'm coming from? Cat's out the bag. Yeah. Cat's out the bag.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, when I was in New York, probably, I don't know, 6 months ago or something like that, and we toured this one neighborhood, and I can't forget their culture, Amish or whatever, I don't know, but they had their own schools. They had their own store. When someone needed a babysitter, they babysitted each other kids. They traded one. Somebody opened up nothing. I'm like, man, why we can't have nothing like that? Then I remember, well, we did. We had Black Wall Street. And then they come along there and they bum their own people, like we was talking about earlier. But I think in this day and time, man, it's just so hard for us to come together with almost anything. Now, some of us are, and I can go on a lot because I have some of this in my notes about this, but I'm going to save some of it. But I just think that I just really admire what they had, and that make me look back at what we had, what they have, and what we had. So, and in this day and time, I just don't know, about us coming together. I think a lot of us hate on each other, instead of coming together and sticking together. However, there is some. We talked about weapons earlier. Now I follow a couple of black websites where shit, man, they armed to the teeth. You know, they got all kind of weapons and shit. So, you know, I'm just saying when we go back to that police brutality, they better look out because Rodney may have started something, but I'm sure. Let me see what Seven got.
Hey man, I honestly didn't know anything about the Black Nile until he just said something, and I looked that shit up, and that shit looked amazing, dog. I didn't even know anything about this at all. I really think that black people have to do better with supporting each other's businesses, but I think that a lot of people don't even know about this type of stuff, and then we get stuff so twisted and pushing our brains that the black stuff isn't gonna be as good as the white people shit. Not even realizing that every time we make our own shit, the white people be fucking with it too. And then they want to destroy our shit.
Yep.
It's like
And
they
take
fuck
it.
with it and then they want to destroy it so hard because it's so good.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Seven.
Yep.
Seven. To what that point you just mentioned, Carol's daughter. Carol's daughter was a brand that before it got bastardized by corporatization. It was one of the best damn things you could get. Carol's daughters, that are skin products, beauty products, like hair products, but natural stuff. Like it was a thing of beauty. When you said that, it just reminded me of that, how Carol's daughter went from like something you could look at from a black standpoint to being bastardized by corporate America to the 25th power.
That's
Hey,
the
you know that
problem.
happens
It
with a
can
lot
be.
of the brands we have too.
Yeah, but it does
Thank
that
you.
when you have to use the standard of this dollar. That's what I'm saying. It's wide open now. You don't have to use the standard of the dollar.
You don't.
You don't. You just don't. We can make up our own currency, y'all. Did y'all know that? People
We
do
could.
it all day long.
Yeah, I see Mark shaking his head. Yeah, you know,
Okay.
Jay.
All right. And I want to say something on that about currency. If I don't know if y'all pay attention to moves, but countries around the world, they are actively trying to move away from using the dollar as the main currency. So
Yep.
that may be
Y'all, we
something.
won. We
Yeah.
won. We won, y'all.
Yeah, I heard that. That's what's up. Y'all see what JW saying? You know, we can buy from the same manufacturer there and get the same money. You know, so I appreciate the comments there. So let me do this right quick, guys. I know Rico is gonna have to go, so I want to make sure he gets some closing comments, and then we got But first, Mark, did you have anything you was gonna bring up, Mark?
No, I didn't. Keep
Okay.
going. Keep going.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Let me Rico. Well, first, let me say, I know you got to go in about 10 minutes, so I'd like for you to get any closing comments you got to get in. Then we're just going to be on just a few more minutes. So you got anything you like to close out with before you go? I don't want you to miss out on it.
Yes. And this is what I say to all our people. Exactly what Mr. Chris and I forgot who the other person was. I believe it was Mark was talking about it. The US dollar is going away. And I've been saying this for about 5 years. This economy is about to crash. Y'all, our people, we are the last to know about everything. Cryptocurrency, blockchain technology is the future. If you do not know about it, please start to research it and you can change your family's financial future. Start investing now. If you don't know how to, please contact me in my inbox. I will teach you. You can do $25 a month, whatever it is. But if you put something in it, I guarantee you, you're going to get way more out of it. But that is the future. Blockchain technology, cryptocurrency. Please start to invest in it so you can change your family's financial future.
Right. That's what's up. And Miss
Can I jump in?
Yeah, let me think. I don't know if Miss Erica Jones fixed to leave yet, so but I appreciate you watching, and I see you said it was a wonderful show. So hopefully you subscribe and hit that notification bell because I post according to my guest availability. I have a show coming up on the 2nd. That's a 101 with a guy out of Killeen, Texas, and you're gonna love Barbershop Talk on the 11th. I already have that scheduled for 6 o'clock. So make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out because you never know what you're going to get. We don't stay on just one fucking topic around here. And I cuss a lot and say a lot of pussy shit like Big Pokey said. He been hearing a lot of pussy. So let me go ahead and see what Mark got to say right quick.
Okay. All right. Before I jump off, just want to reiterate, we said something about the investment. Can I encourage everybody on this show, if they haven't done so already, start with your children, grandchildren, nieces, teaching them
Good
how
answer.
to invest. Take the
Yes.
little chump change around your house and your couch in your car. Start with that.
Yeah.
And so by the time they are our age, our children, our niece, their investments will be worth. And you go ahead and put the dollar amount. If everybody in this room had started investing when we were kids, what would we be worth now? And I'll let y'all fill in the dollar amount if y'all have
Yep.
started
Yeah.
way back when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, Mark, on that note, I talk a lot about breaking the cycle. And see, a lot of us wasn't taught that back then by our parents because
Mhm.
they didn't know. They weren't taught
Yeah.
most stuff. But we know now. So it's no
Yes.
reason for us and no reason for us not to share that with our kids. I have one of my sons watching right now. So he already know he's an investor. I done talked to my daughter about it. So we have to make
Thank
sure
you.
that they know and that they invest. And Rico have talked about it many a times on the show. And I appreciate you there. So we
Good.
have to get them to know what we know now that our parents didn't know before, so their parents didn't know before them. So cool. But Mark, I thank you, and Rico. So let me go over to Big Pokey and see what Big Pokey got. And Big Pokey. Now I'm gonna say this right
Yes,
now,
sir.
Big Pokey. I don't want you to get up here and get to crying and shit while you get closing comments.
He's sentimental.
I need
He's
you to stay
sentimental.
focused and shit. Hey y'all,
For
I'm gonna
sure.
tell y'all something. This is an inside joke between Big Pokey and I. But every time I said it earlier, every time I watch that damn video when I asked Big Pokey in there, that shit is funny as hell. You just had to be there. Seven was there, but anyway, Big Pokey, what you gonna close out with?
So I think we hit on a lot of good topics today. I do want to say that. One thing I want to bring up is that when it comes to us being for us, we do need to be more proactive. Just like how the Seven said he hadn't heard of the Black Nile, but that's something that all of us should be promoting if we are for each other. The app, the Black Wall Street, there's an official Black Wall Street app. Also helps you shop. It also helps you shop all Black in your area. What's another one? It's not the diaspora. It's Naspora. It's Naspora. This is another app that you can use to help you shop Black. I think that one of the key factors that we all need to do is start knowing that we need to promote each other and be okay with promoting each other. Helping somebody else shine will not take away your shine. If we are going to be better, then we do need to do better.
Without money, because that's the only thing those people understand. It may take us a little longer to get it, but if we take our money away from those people, that's another thing those devils understand: violence and money. Look at what Target is doing. Target is almost in bankruptcy because they've lost almost $20 billion since they tried that DEI stuff, and the Black people and the brown people started boycotting them. Keep your money in your pocket. Shop with who looks like you. Yeah, it's going to cost a little more, but at the end of the day, it's going to make everything go down. We have to stick together. We have about what, like a trillion or so many billions of dollars a year that we spend. What would you think would happen if we spent that money in our communities? You see what I'm saying? They don't have no choice but to come to us and to cater to us. So stop doing what's easy and do what's best for us in the long run.
Right. Already. Let me go with Big Pokey because I didn't know if he was finished or not. Big Pokey, go ahead.
No, I think that last line pretty much summed it up for me. We did good today. I think a lot of good topics we discussed, a lot of different opinions. Just don't be scared to shop Black. Don't be scared to tell a Black person that, hey, I'm with you, my brother and my sister.
Yes,
no doubt.
That's the only way we win.
Right. That's what's up. Chris, what you got for us closing out, man?
Yeah, some great conversations. I just learned about how money works. You get what I'm saying? And like you said, it wasn't offered to us. We all got, well, I know I got like 5 life insurance policies that's paid off. If I'd have known back then that I could get a life insurance policy that I could borrow from myself, I don't never have to pay it back as long as I pay the premium, I would have a whole bunch of money right now because I would take that lump sum and put it into another IU to make it
Yeah,
that. What's that?
IUL. I know what you're talking about.
I mean, they got ways to come up in insurance like you would not believe. They got mortgage insurance. Like if something
Yep.
happened, you don't never have to worry about your house going nowhere. They got mortgage insurance. Just go pay for it. It's the way that and I don't think they hid it so much. I think two good dudes caught a contract that couldn't come to back home and tell us about this stuff. You get where I'm coming from? Because a lot of this stuff, a lot of these youngsters that's learning about money and all this, they learning from these rappers, and these rappers' lawyers are telling them this because they don't have to have they don't have to have that white lawyer no more. Now they can go get a black lawyer, and he can say, "Man, no, you need tax breaks. You gonna go to jail for taxes. Hold on, let me show you what to do with your money, man, so you don't ever have to pay no taxes."
Right.
And so when they started being interviewed on TV, now a lot of these youngsters and us older people, we was like, man, this information been out forever. And we missed it. Because like Wizzo say, we would have not ain't nobody I know would have been working past the age of 35 if we didn't know what we was doing. We was 15.
Yeah.
I'm just being
Right.
honest with you. I've been working jobs since
Facts.
I was 15.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Facts.
No doubt. No doubt. Righty. Before I go to seven. Before you go, Big Pokey. Sometime when you get a chance, send me some in messages some of them black websites and things you was talking about. Cause I like to check that
Okay.
out, man. And I try to support and try to buy black and try to do this and try to do that as much as I can. Get away from some of those other ones. Then I will, and I already know that it's going to be a little bit more expensive because they can't compete with such and such and such and such. But I definitely will appreciate if you send me some of those or any black websites like that you
I
have.
got you.
I appreciate it.
Easy.
So let me come up to
Easy.
seven. What you got for us, man? We can't hear you.
You muted.
Shit. I forgot to turn my mic off, man. I want to say it's been an honor with y'all today, man. Definitely love the perspectives. And I also want to put something in the air that I think a lot of people don't consider, or they just don't even realize. Like, listen to a lot of you brothers speak, and not just on today's episode, but on plenty of the episodes before, when you all speak about not wanting to cause harm to others and working with the system and stuff of that nature, right? This directly goes against everything the enemy has been saying about us, right? They say that we're the most violent people. We don't be thinking. We're irrational. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I listen to y'all actually talk, right? It shows that these people would really just be making up the most craziest shit about our people. We really are very compassionate. We really are very intuitive and we want to cooperate with the system, right? Even with these people hurting us continuously and trying to destroy everything about us, right? We still want to operate within their system. And I think that goes to show that we're really a lot more of what they're not saying that we are. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Like, I don't think people ever put that into the air or even think about that, because it's like, man, it's so much negativity that is propagandized against our people about what we are. And people never truly look at how we be moving. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like if our people were truly the savages they say we are, we would have been stopped voting a long time ago and been cutting motherfuckers' heads off. You know what I'm saying? They're really worried about the next generation, and I can't push that enough. I don't know who watching out there, but people need to understand, bro. These people literally have meetings about our youth. They're scared. They're terrified of them because they know that this new generation that's coming up don't give a fuck about their system. Everything they just try to say that we are, these young people they gonna be that, because these young people see a broken system. They see it's corrupted and they don't want to participate in that shit. And truth be told, it's not just our children though. The white kids are the same way. The Mexican kids are the same way. It's just that they portray it different. You know what I'm saying? Our kids, they seem like they don't want to work and shit like that, right? You know what I'm saying? They may be seem like they're destructive in their own communities, right? But how do the white kids rebel? People don't look at that. When the white kids rebel from a system, they go kill people. You know what I'm saying? They be shooting up schools and doing all type of crazy ass shit. This is a different way of rebelling, but people need to understand that it's this new generation. They not going for what the fuck the system pushing out there. Although there's a lot of young white kids, and I can say this, I be on, bro. Listen, I be on MetaQuest, the little VR thing. It's a lot of racist ass little white kids out here, man, who think they're superior. But I'm gonna end it on this note. I honestly don't understand the pale skinned people because they need to make a choice. Either they're gonna be superior or they're gonna be a victim. Which card are they gonna play? Because it seems like they're playing both cards at the same time and nobody's calling them out. You can't be saying you're superior and then saying that you're a victim on the same at the same time. You know what I mean? They keep saying that we're violent, but they're the biggest destroyers of everything. That's it.
That's what I was saying. Bliss everything. They're talking to people all over. That's what I was saying. The cat's out the bag. They know now. They know now. They know that everything that immigration tells people that move over here about us, even people that look like us, they know that that's not true. They hear our conversations. They know that they've been lied to severely.
Exactly.
You get where I'm coming from with that? They've been lied to severely, and that's what I was saying. At this point, us that look like us in this country, they waiting on us to move the way Burkina Faso move.
Yeah.
And that's why I say we can do it. We don't have to mess with them. We really don't. China done opened it up. Come over here, set up your manufacturing. We got you.
Yep.
They didn't say we mad at you and don't come over here. They said come over here and we know who they talking to. You get where I'm coming from? We know who they talking to.
That's what's up. Guys, it has been some crazy fire topics as always. But before I say anything else, I want to thank the viewers that's watching, whether you're watching it now or maybe you're watching it later. Remember to I appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. The link is in the description or strolling across the bottom of the screen. So I appreciate your support. And just make sure you hit that notification bell because I post according to my guest availability rather than a fixed schedule. So make sure you tap that in. And we talked about the youth and kids and stuff like that. So I have a one-on-one coming up with a guy out of Killeen, Texas. And I'm not going to give it away, but he's doing some awesome things over there in Killeen. I have a one-on-one with him coming up on June the 2nd at 6 p.m. And then on the 11th, we have Barbershop Talk. And Barbershop Talk is just like this, guys. I have a different set of panel, and we all just come up with some fiery topics. And, I mean, I'm telling you, you're going to learn something. And you're going to agree and you're going to disagree. But, hey, like OB say, Chocolate Buddha always say, at the end of the day, you know, we have that conversation, and it's a start to get to having that conversation. So, guys, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you guys coming on. You guys have all been on Wizzo Talk before, and you'll be on Wizzo Talk many times yet to come. So, with that being said, ain't nobody mad but the devil. And when I got to hit this in the stream, if Big Pokey start fucking crying, it's going to be... Big Pokey, I will be messing with you about that for a long time. Hey guys, and to all our viewers that's watching, hey, here on Wizzo Talk, we speak freely. Just like I said, you know, it's uncut, it's unedited. But if you'll notice, I think if you go back, I have about 800 some videos up and about 800 subscribers, 802 subscribers. And I don't think any one of them you hear about calling women bitches and hoes and things like that, because I don't refer to them that. But you may hear me say pussy, dick, or fuck, or something like that in some of our other guests. But as far as I know, that hasn't been about it, you know, and that I can appreciate. But however, I will not censor my guests. I let them, you know, speak freely on whatever you guys say, whatever's on your mind. You know, it's uncut, it's unedited. And if someone can't handle that, you know, then you know, you don't have to watch the show, but I appreciate you do because you might learn something. Miss Jones said, you know, hey, she learning something. Because usually always someone opens up and tells something personal about themselves or something that's didn't happen, you know, and that's not easy to do. So with that being said, y'all, this your boy Paul Wizzo saying holla at your boy, and we appreciate you and